Good Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the daily video forecast discussion for Tuesday, the 13th of May, 2014. And waking up at sunrise on this Tuesday morning, things not looking too bad just yet. Lots of clear skies across the region, some broken ceilings as well, a little bit of haze in the atmosphere. It's quite humid. The temperatures this morning either side of 60 degrees, and temperatures are going to be falling in the northern half of New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area, also the lower Hudson Valley, as the winds are now also becoming northeasterly. This is an indication that a backdoor cold front's moving through. Meanwhile, to the south, across central and southern New Jersey, winds are still calm or from the southwest, and eventually this backdoor cold front will be slicing through the entire forecast region during this morning, and temperatures will be dropping down throughout the early afternoon hours. The further south you go, the warmer that it will be for the longest period of time, where we're forecasting temperatures right around 80 degrees, upper 70s, southeastern Pennsylvania, parts of the northwestern Delmarva region early this afternoon, while temperatures inland across interior sections, temperatures here in the 60s and lower 70s before the cold front works its way through, and then temperatures will begin to drop off back through the 60s during this afternoon. Now, right along the immediate coast, temperatures are already in the 50s, and they're probably going to spike a little bit higher into the 60s before they drop off into the 50s during this afternoon, with the onshore wind continuing. Visible satellite loop this morning shows the broken ceilings across the region. As the satellite makes its way across the region, there's a little bit more lifting here with the dying mesoscale convective complex system here across the northwestern Pennsylvania and New York, as it's diving southeast along this frontal boundary. And this will increase some of the showers, but this is dying down as it makes its way south and east. So the showers and thunderstorms that are on radar across this region here will be dying down too, as they make their way east southeast across the area as the cold front moves back south southwest through the region during this morning. Morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows the wavering cold front here, backdoor cold front slicing through. This is our disturbance here, our mesoscale convective complex driving over the top of the upper level ridge, driving south and east, will be forecasted to weaken as it continues to spread southeast throughout the morning hours into the early afternoon. Meanwhile, this cold front will continue to back build, or shall I say build back southwestward through the forecast region, changing the temperatures in quite a few spots, especially the further north and west you go. This dynamic cold front with showers and thunderstorms along it will be enhanced. The rainfall from Thursday night into Friday as it slowly makes its way to the east coast and then off the coast during the weekend. Pollen levels are still on the moderate to medium to high side today, Wednesday, and Thursday, dropping off on Friday and Saturday, with basically more rain in the forecast for those days, especially later Friday and Friday night. And that means that allergy sufferers will continue to suffer from oak, birch, and maple throughout this week as the pollen grains continue to broadcast. Watches and warnings for our forecast area, they're only out over the ocean here. We have small craft advisories in effect basically from Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Fire Island Inlet for northeast winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, and this is in effect until 6 p.m. this evening. And for the New Jersey coastal waters, we have small craft advisories also until 6 this evening for northeast winds at 5 to 15 knots, gust up to 30 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. A burst of northeast winds expected to arrive throughout the region between 7 and 9 this morning. Brief gust up to 25 knots. Winds by the mid-afternoon hours. Seas will quickly become uncomfortable by 10 a.m. this morning. There are no flight delays this morning either at any of the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan airports. On the aviational weather front this morning, we have a few locations here with MVFR conditions across basically LaGuardia and also in New York City, and also in northeastern Philadelphia and Philadelphia proper. For the rest of today, VFR, possible MVFR, and some fog at some TAF sites early this morning. Light winds, Philadelphia, the current near 2-mile visibility should improve by later this morning. Further heating and a tendency for the wind to turn more to the north. Then after early this morning, the cold front will push southwestward through our region. Showers and isolated thunderstorms are possible, especially around Reading to Allentown to Philadelphia. The wind is forecast to become northeast to east at 10 knots, gust up to 20 knots. Spotty lower ceilings in the MVFR range should begin to filter into the region later this morning into the afternoon. For tonight, widespread IFR conditions and stratus and fog developing with a light east to northeast wind. Wednesday through Thursday, generally poor conditions with low clouds and fog. Conditions might slowly improve by afternoon. More low clouds and fog and poor conditions for Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And then conditions slowly improve by Thursday afternoon with some scattered thunderstorms Thursday afternoon as well. And it's going to be quite warm on Thursday too. Thursday night and Friday night, poor conditions, low clouds, rain, areas of fog, and gusty winds. And finally for the weekend, just in time for Saturday, mostly VFR conditions. Right now, outside of Newark, we have VFR conditions, 67 degrees, dew point 58, humidity 73%. The wind is northeast at 8 as the cold front makes its way through. Visibility 10 miles, overcast conditions. For Philadelphia this morning, we have 67 degrees, dew point 63, humidity 87%. The wind is still from the southwest at 5. Front's not through there yet, visibility 3 miles and some fog, and basically MVFR conditions this morning. Not a bad looking morning. Latest radar reflectivity and composite from Penn State Seawall site off the NAM-WRF model shows a dying mesoscale convective system here diving down, maybe some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms across certain parts of the region, central and southern New Jersey, parts of the northern Delmarva. Other than that, just a broken variable sky, partly sunny in some locations, maybe a little bit more obscuration in others during this afternoon. Temperatures, that's the story. Temperatures are going to be falling basically from northwestern New Jersey through Philadelphia, but they're still going to reach the upper 60s and lower 70s on average in many locations, either side up or down, depending on where the cold front actually stalls out. And more stratus and fog build across certain regions, especially central coastal and southern New Jersey into the Delmarva region tonight into early tomorrow morning. And a few scattered showers and thunderstorms to our west, also feeding into this with stratus, low clouds, and fog tomorrow morning. And just basically just pretty much a raw day tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably the worst day of the week next to Friday. Thursday, there's great improvement as the stratus burns off. Warm front moves through the region. Temperatures getting back up to the upper 70s and even low 80s again with sunshine on Thursday afternoon as the warm front makes its way through. But the cold front is going to be moving in our direction. The low-level moisture increases again. Lots of stratus, fog, drizzles, scattered light rain around the region. This would be Thursday morning before we break out into the sunshine Thursday afternoon. And then by the time we get to Friday, Thursday night and Friday, a fog bank right along the New Jersey coastal waters, Long Island, and mixed clouds inland. We wait for this moisture pool here with a deep low pressure center getting ready to move into the Ohio River Valley. Plumes of moisture from south to north along this paralleled front. And this front won't clear the region until Saturday morning at earliest, and that means that showers and thunderstorms will be increasing in coverage and intensity throughout the region, especially Thursday night right through Friday night. GFS maps into motion, 500 millibar heights across the region, and absolute vorticity. Will start this off with high pressure ridge across the region throughout the next couple of days. Eventually this trough access here, and the southern jet will be enhancing this as it turns negatively tilted by Friday, draws the cold front through the region, and that won't be until Saturday morning. And then as that does so, the low begins to cut off a little bit across the Great Lakes region, kind of meanders itself around the region into early next week. The good news is that we're going to be on the west side of this, so that most of the weekend will remain dry from Saturday afternoon right through Monday at this time. GFS surface into motion right now. Here's our cold front out to the west, backdoor cold front, which you can't see really too well on the surface chart here, surface model, and actually the mean sea level pressure 500 millibar thicknesses here, 1,000 to 500 millibar thicknesses. Anyway, scattered showers, drizzle, fog, blah, blah, blah. Until we get to Friday, here comes the plume of moisture with the deepening negatively tilted surface trough here. West of the Appalachian Mountains here, western sections receiving the heaviest of rainfall. This will be monitored because we are not expecting any major river stem flooding. However, poor drainage areas and street and urban and highway flooding would be a good bet for Thursday night into Friday as the rain and low pressure waves develop along the front. Parallel to the front, move inland with plenty of low-level moisture in place, low-level jet, and the rainfall then lifts back to the north and east by Saturday afternoon, keeping most of our region dry as the upper low then moves over the region. Basically, what we're going to see is high pressure building in the week on Saturday afternoon through Sunday, and that's going to mean generally dry weather now. for the weekend, and near pleasant conditions with temperatures in the seasonable side in the upper 60s and lower 70s across the region. Of course, to note, with all these showers and thunderstorms about the region this week into the early part of the weekend, we're going to be monitoring for flash flooding and also small stream flooding across the region. Outside of that, main stem rivers look to remain within their banks. So that's good news indeed. We'll be following all of this in live feed and live form as always on Twitter, Facebook, and also on our live coverage here on both websites. And of course, I'll be doing all of this for you during the week for Garden State Weather at gardenstateweather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great Tuesday. I'll be back in video form tomorrow morning on Wednesday.